Welcome back, everybody. As Lebo said earlier, cooking is an art and chefs definitely know it best. You might have seen or tasted the amazing creations she makes, but now it's time to get to know the person behind the magic at Fablous Foods. Chef Unaty Daniel is a private pastry chef based in Johannesburg. Her focus is intimate and corporate events, which has allowed her to showcase her talent and passion for food. She joins us now this morning to share more on her food and passion for cooking. Unaty, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how did it all start?
It started like long time ago, like way back with my at my granny's place. I grew up in a family that loves cooking. My granny was actually a cook in one of the hotels in Lesotho.
Okay.
And my mom is also a great cook as well. So that's where the passion comes from. But I never saw that as a career.
As a career, yes.
It's only later on in life. I used to host a lot at home, so my friends suggested that why don't you do this as a business, because you love doing this,
yes.
And we don't see you doing anything else besides food. And then I enrolled at culinary school at Capsicum, and I became a professional chef.
Okay, professional chef you are, but you're also
chef.
a private chef.
Yes.
What is a private chef, and what do you guys do?
Private chef is when you call me to come to your house. I cook for you, be either a small family or a large group of people, it depends. But I prefer very intimate events because that's when I get to showcase my skills and talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people call you to come and cook for them in their own homes?
Correct.
Using their own stuff, or do you bring your own stuff?
It depends, but I prefer to do the buying because I know what is needed.
Yes.
You might buy the brand that I'm not familiar with or that I don't... we know better, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'll prefer to do the cooking than you as a client.
Okay.
Yes.
Now talk to us about the inspiration behind the formation of your company, Fablous Foods.
Chef Unaty is all about fabulosity.
Oh yes.
Hence, everything that I do is fabulous. I get inspiration from anything that is beautiful, you know, but yet simple. I'm a very simple person. What do I say?
You say you're a very simple person. So what's your specialty? Is it those elaborate gourmet foods, the hotel-style foods, or is it, simple foods, simple hearty meals?
Funny enough, I love our local and South African food. For me, those are very easy. And, okay. I wanted to say something in Manji.
Yeah, it's cool. And then traditional foods, are you into those as well?
I also specialize in that,
okay.
But I do it in a very modern way.
Yeah.
I want people to understand that eating healthy or eating gourmet food is not about you eating people like prawns and what I want.
Yes.
Anything can be a special. Like Manja, what I have for you there, I have pork trotters and isemp.
And I can't help not looking at this. You have pork trotters.
Oh, sorry, cow trotters.
Is it cow trotters?
Cow trotters with semp and spinach and carrots. So it's food that people are familiar with.
Is there a particular special way that you've prepared it?
It's my secret.
But of course. And then you've got my prawns.
And I've got prawns there with the mash and peas. And I've been told that I make the best prawns in the whole of Gauteng.
So is this because I'm normally accustomed to grilled prawns, but how did you make it? Like, is it grilled? Is it fried?
It's pan fried in a butter. Just for 4 minutes, 2 minutes each side, and then with my secret sauce.
Right.
Yes.
On a bed of mash, I see.
Correct.
And then we also have chicken breast.
We have chicken breast there because I also believe in healthy eating. Even though for me, healthy eating is not just about leaves. It's food that you're familiar with, but how much of these things are you taking?
Because that's what you think. When you talk of healthy eating, we're like, I can't be eating leaves.
Correct. And all this food is healthy for me. You have same there. It's still healthy. You have your image. So manje, people who are anything that is labeled as wrong. For me, that's not it.
Yeah, yeah.
Eating
Got
healthy
you.
is about portions for me, and is the intake. How
What do
much?
you mean portions?
How much of this are you taking? Like
Okay.
I eat anything. I love my pap.
Okay.
I can eat pap the whole week, but look at me.
Right.
But
right.
how much of pap am I taking? How much sugar are you taking? You know, all
Okay.
these things that are labeled as wrong things or not being healthy, you need them in your body. So
Yeah, but in moderation.
Exactly.
Yeah, not too much of it.
Thank you.
Let's talk
So
about
it's the intake.
yeah. Let's talk about some of your recipes that you share on your Instagram. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually don't have recipes. I cook from the heart.
You cook from the heart.
I cook from the heart.
Uh-huh.
People have been asking me for a recipe book. Not that I don't believe in them. I do because I have quite plenty, local and internationally.
Yeah.
But for me, knowing how to cook is knowing the basics. Don't be stuck in what you've been taught or what you've seen on that cookbook. So I don't have recipes that I can say, okay, I make this like this. I cook from the heart each and every time I cook.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and this industry is a very competitive one. So many chefs
Very.
out there doing the same thing. So what would you say sets you and sets your recipes apart from the rest?
Again, it will be that cooking from the heart.
Cooking from the heart.
Yes.
No, that's your mantra.
Thank you.
That is your mantra.
That's
and,
me.
and especially African foods. You also do African foods, right?
A lot of it.
Is there a healthy element of African foods? Yeah? What's some of those?
Like your mohoru, you just boil it and you put your, what's this? I love beef stock in that. So for me now, there's nothing healthier than that because you don't put too much spices on your food. Actually, I don't cook with spices. It's only when I do curries and the pork chochas. But anything else, I don't use spice on my food. It's only fresh herbs and salt and pepper. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, but the flavor from that food, believe me, you won't.
Yeah, I
believe
was about to ask, where does the flavor come from then if you don't use spices?
is from the herbs.
Okay.
What one needs to understand, which herbs you need to use for what food. And that's exactly
Okay.
what I teach people when I do my private cooking lessons. What you need to understand, what goes well with what.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
not you cramming not you cramming a recipe, but
Yes,
to
yes.
understand the depth of flavors. If
Not just
if
use-
you're making
yeah.
a curry, you cannot use the dry herbs. You cannot use fresh herbs.
Oh, okay.
Like your parsley. Parsley is like your perfume. You know, when you leave the house, you wanna smell, you wanna smell good.
Right,
So that's
right.
what parsley does to the food. It's not
So
something.
it adds flavor? Or it just
Yeah, but
beautifies the food?
It just beautifies the food,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Yes. But when you talk about the rosemary, the thyme, those that have the depth, the flavor, you start with those when you're doing your cooking, like your curries or whatever that needs to be cooked for long.
Okay.
Then you can use those herbs.
Yes,
So
yes.
you need to also understand when to use dry herbs, you know.
Right, right.
Yes.
Because
so
we
that's
have
where
it-
my flavor
Because
comes
us
from.
non-chefs, we have a habit of just throwing everything that's in the cupboard.
I know.
Stumbling
I know.
upon anything. You see
That's
rosemary,
why-
we are faga. You see in we are faga. All right,
That's
great
why
chatting
Chef
to you, Unaty.
Unaty is here to teach you how to cook.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So, when people want to book you, you know, for private cooking or
Yes.
for your lessons or anything else, how do they get in touch with you?
I am on Instagram as Chef Unaty, chef.unaty.daniel, or you can get me on WhatsApp 084-052-6790.
Okay. All right. Great chatting to you, Unaty.
Thank
Keep
you so
cooking.
much for having me.
And Lebo says, okay, udla uyakubona. But she's here for the plates. She's here for the plates.
Why are you exposing me like that?
My darling.
I don't. Yeah, the food. No, it's the plates.
It's the plates.
We need those.
You are here for the plate.
Vagashi.
Tata, baby, ngazi.
All right. We just spoke to Chef Unaty Daniel on where her passion to cook stems from.